I had planned on doing a video on something else, but then, as what seems to happen quite a lot with my channel, something came up. Namely, Powerpuff Girls is getting a reboot. Again. For those of you who don't know, the Powerpuff Girls was a show that ran in the late 90s to mid 2000s that was about 3 superheroes who represented sweet, spice and everything nice, and it was rather successful. So much so that I once heard that it was the only film made by Cartoon Network that got a theatre release. Although that information may be a few years out of date by now. There was also an anime adaptation as well as a special back in 2014. And it seems Cartoon Network can't let go, because, like I said before, it's getting another remake. So I thought I'd make this video to give my thoughts on the matter. I've heard people complain that the VAs aren't the same as the originals, and as cool as it would have been to get Kathy Cavadini, Tara Strong and Elizabeth Daly to voice Blossom, Bubbles and Buttercup again, personally, I'm not that fussed. Mostly because up until the oil crisis, the local news where I live would report on companies that couldn't get enough tradespeople. Plumbers, electricians, mechanics and so on, but none of them would hire people on as apprentices. And what few places did take on apprentices were the sort of places that would only hire family and friends. Only Aberdeen could have a job shortage and a worker shortage at the same time. And it's the same with voice acting. If you only give parts to tried and tested VAs, you'll eventually run out of VAs. But from what I've seen, Amanda Leeton, Kristen Lee and Natalie Palmers are doing a decent job. Apart from one or two hiccups with Buttercup's voice. My biggest problem so far is the look of it. It looks more like the Powerpuff Girls making a cameo in a Steven Universe episode rather than it being their show. I heard back in the day that Professor Utonium was criticised for looking too much like Samurai Jack, so I don't know if it's the same thing where it's just how Cartoon Network shows look these days. But I think they should have put more effort into the art style to either meld the two together or come up with a new one, because as it is, the main cast of characters look horribly out of place. My final worry is this is the day and age where Wonder Woman can be considered offensive. But then again, My Little Pony has a diverse cast of characters and is one of the most popular shows currently airing, from what I've seen. So Cartoon Network, let the writers write this show? Because I'm guessing that a lot of the people working on the new Powerpuff Girls would have watched the original show growing up, and so would have a better idea of the characters than focus groups. Or Tumblr. Although one last thing, voicing him, can you use the him voice and not the teen angst him voice from Powerpuff Girls Z? Please?